Benditos, welcome back to my channel. Happy holidays, even though they just ended, but I'm back from the holidays. Thank y'all for checking it out. This video is going to be a little different kind of from my past videos. Like, it's going to be a little more practical. We're going to talk about health and like the health journey and a little bit about my story, a little bit on my health journey and like what I learned from it basically, so I can give some practical steps and things to do and how to stay on track on a health journey. But if you are new to my channel, on this channel I talk about what I'm learning to grow and know how to live well in Christ. So if you want to hear more videos about that or check out my other videos and stay up to date on things I post, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and to hit the reminder bell so that you never miss a video from me, because they email you when there's a new video out. So yeah, so just getting I don't know, I'm just getting back into the swing of things after holiday. Had a great Christmas and New Year's. I hope y'all did too. Feel free to say in the comments what you did, what you loved about it, and yeah, because we love celebrating Jesus, so yeah. Okay, so in this video, talking about health, and just want to give a little rundown about my own journey so that I can then tell you why I even know anything about a health journey and like why I have tips and what those tips are. So for me, I kind of grew up, you know, in a family where like my mom was like, you should eat healthy, here's some salad in your meal, and like here's some vegetables. Always wanted to advocate for the vegetables and the fruit and stuff, you know, the typical, you know, mom. My dad was like, yeah, eat whatever you want. So I did both. I ate whatever I wanted, and I ate vegetables and fruits, you know, when my mom put it in my lunch sack, you know. But I also played sports, you know, all through middle school. LOL, that's it. Once I hit high school, I did track first year, but the rest of high school, I just kind of worked, did homework and stuff, did musicals. I started going in that realm, but I started noticing my body felt different. I ate whatever I wanted. I could still do that, but I didn't feel as well when I did that. Yeah, just stomach wasn't handling it, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, but it was like, whatever. So I just kept living like that. Then I hit college and I was like, dang, it kind of sucks. Like this, I feel like I could really feel the difference when I had access to all this food now. Like in high school, I'm eating what my mom gave me or my dad gave me, or like, you know, what I had access to, which was a lot of vegetables and fruits, a lot of no salt chips. Sometimes we would eat out, have fast food, but a lot of times, you know, we'd have homemade meals. So it was different. But once I got to college, you know, I had a whole dining hall where it was a buffet style. You can eat as much as you wanted. I can eat as many fries as I wanted, which used to be my favorite food. So of course I utilized that, and I ate all the French fries, all of them, just every day, all the time. Loving it, living large, had the burgers, the whole nine. It's like, this is great. And then a few months, maybe less than a few months, I don't know, but I was like, dang, at eating this, first of all, low energy, I guess. I didn't feel well after eating them. It was uncomfortable hanging out with friends, just the whole 9 yards. I just did not feel the greatest. At this point, I wasn't working out, I wasn't playing sports, I wasn't exercising, I was studying, hanging out, okay? So yeah, it wasn't great. I started gaining weight a little bit. I wasn't used to doing that because I'm not one, my body just doesn't work that way. I don't gain weight easily. So my whole life I never gained weight really until hit college, man. Some people might argue, but I know I gained a little bit. My face was growing, so I gained weight in my face and my stomach. So I can hide my stomach well. I can't really hide my face, but I noticed in pictures, like, started gaining weight a little bit around the cheeks and like here and stuff. Weight in my stomach wasn't flat anymore. All of that, and I was like, dang, this is what it's like. Oh, sorry. When you can eat whatever you want, but you can't actually. So that motivated me just seeing myself in pictures, me not feeling well, motivated me to cut out French fries and cut out all the bad food. And then I started eating healthy in terms of only allowed myself to eat broccoli and plain vegetables, plain chicken, rice, and that was it. I did notice the difference in how I felt afterward. It was much better. I noticed the difference. My weight was going away, though I still didn't fully lose all of it. I wasn't exercising still. I did notice a difference. That was nice and all, but my food sucked and I didn't like how it tasted. So it wasn't fun to eat anymore, you know? I would allow myself funnel cake fries every now and then, you know, as a treat whenever they had in the dining hall. I would eat, you know, I don't know, chips maybe, if like as a snack or whatever. But it was still like, eh. But my stomach was still there and stuff like that. So a couple years later, after I started modeling a little bit, oh gosh, I just said that on camera. I dabble in modeling sometimes. So after I got a contract, that was a thing I wanted to do, was lose my stomach as well. So I started exercising and started getting fit, and then I felt even better, and I was like excited to work out with people. That's what helped me work out, not by myself. That was one thing that wasn't even in my list, but I want to say now it definitely helps to work out with people who will support you and motivate you and not knock you down when you don't lift as big as they do. But like people who could be on the journey with you, it's always fun to hang out. For me, maybe because I'm an ambivert, not an extrovert, not an introvert, but I love hanging out with people. Maybe because of that I like working out with people. That's what motivated me. So I started exercising more and started really getting into fitness and stuff, and that's what really got me into more of my health journey later in college, because I started looking at what I ate specifically. I went vegan for a year. Not saying to be vegan because I'm not anymore, but it taught me what I'm putting in my body and why it mattered. Because being vegan, because I don't have meat or dairy, I don't have as much protein, I don't have as much vitamin D if I'm gonna go eat what I was eating before. So I had to learn what foods, what plants had those vitamins so I could like stay alive and not be hospitalized, you know? Because I've heard that happen to my friend who went vegan because she didn't realize how impactful the food she ate was. So it had taught me a lot about food and what foods were good for me, what foods my body reacted to well, and what foods didn't. Like, surprise, surprise, I don't like the taste of Brussels sprouts, but because they're a vegetable, I'm like, well, I gotta eat them. But they actually don't make me feel well, so I stopped eating them. It's great. But anyway, I'm really going on and on in this video, sorry. But I just kind of wanted to give a background of my health journey. That's kind of like how I got onto, now I try to eat pretty well, but I try to work hard to make it taste good. You know, I exercise and I work out and I feel much better than I used to. That was all to say that now I feel much better than I used to. Skin is better, body's better, mind is better, the whole 9 yards, you feel me? Wow, that's great. Okay, so talking about the practical steps though, things that I learned to do to help me stay on the health journey and enjoy it and stay healthy, basically. So I want to give you all the practical steps that I've learned to stay healthy. First things first that I learned, that I keep learning literally like every few months when I want to quit, is consistency. And when I say consistency, I mean with food and exercising. But for me, my struggle, I've learned to like the food that I eat because it affects me so heavily when I eat poorly that I've just learned my lesson too many times to just be eating poorly all the time. Okay, my body just can't handle it, basically. It just can't. But exercising, I'm usually consistent, but I've been up and down. Like some weeks, like, I've especially when quarantine hit and I had no gym, I was like, there was a time when I was just not working out, or like when I have emotional struggles, yeah. But I've definitely seen how consistency helps keep me on track with health. Even if it's like I work out 3 times a week, just keeping up with that versus like 5 times this week and 0 next week. One, it's harder for me to feel and see the results in terms of my physical health, my body and all that stuff. But 2, it's harder to get back into the rhythm of working out when I'm not as consistent. So that's for me, and I've heard that from other people. So like every time I am not keeping up with my workouts, it's so much harder to get back into it because you forgot how it's like, you don't feel like it, you just want to lay down in your bed and watch TV, you feel me? But once it's in your schedule, once you're consistent with the workouts and the exercises, it's easy to maintain something that's already consistency. It's harder to start something. Just like brushing your teeth, Just if you keep up brushing your teeth, you're just going to keep doing it as part of your routine. If you stop for a month, you're not going to want to go back. I hope that's not true. I don't know why I use brushing my teeth as an example, but yeah. But yeah. So the second thing that I've learned from myself that's helped me so much in staying healthy in all my meals is making my food taste good. So I told you about in college how when I started eating healthy, my food was nasty. Well, I shouldn't say nasty, but it was basic. It was plain. It was broccoli with no salt. It was chicken with nothing on it, no seasoning. It was rice with, I think I did put sugar on it at that time, because how was I supposed to live off that? And yes, I grew up putting sugar on my rice just because it tastes good. Okay, period. It's not salt. It was sugar. But don't come for me. A lot of people already have. But anyway, I don't do that anymore. But I do really try hard to make my food taste good. It doesn't always work out when I cook, because I forget to taste test. But most of the time, or usually I try to make my food taste good, find recipes that taste good. I compromise in terms of I'm allowing like salt. I think salt is good for your food, first of all, but I'm allowing like sugar and stuff in my food sometimes so that it could taste good. So I might use a sauce or ketchup and stuff, just so I'm able to eat healthy, like salads and like vegetables and fruit and grains and beans and meats, a proper amount. All that, so that I'm eating it and not wanting to go to McDonald's every day because I'm tired of my tasteless food, So sometimes there has to be a compromise. So I've learned step number 2, or thing number 2, is learn how to make your food taste good, because that's the way that you stay healthy. For me, that's what I've learned. Step number 3, is being patient and giving yourself grace. So for me, it was a long journey. I know my friends now look at me, the person who eats healthy all the time and exercises, as like, I don't know, how do you do it, blah, 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 and stuff like that. But for me, I've been working on this since 2015, 2016, fully 2017, but it's been some years. So like, it's been like a journey. Like, I guess I could say, like, what year is it? A 5-year journey or something. So it's been a journey for me. And it started off slow. It started off with me just I slowly took out the sweets on my plate. I slowly took out, the bad food on my plate and like started adding vegetables, stuff like that. I slowly got into the workout, kind of slowly. Yeah, it was pretty slow. I started with just at-home workouts, and then I started going to the gym with people, stuff like that. So I would say be patient, because for me, I know if I went ham on, if I just tried to cut out all sweets and bad food and just started working out every day, all of a sudden, I would not have been able to keep up with that. That's just difficult. That's just like, what? Like, I can't keep up with this. It's too much. I don't care anymore. Give me French fries, So I would say be patient. Just let it be a process in itself. Give yourself grace when you mess up. For me, big thing I've learned. I used to feel guilty not going to the gym, not working out, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get like, I'm gonna lose all of my tone and my muscle, and I'm gonna feel terrible and all this stuff. And then I started feeling guilty and all this stuff, but I realized I needed to shift my perspective and remember that I'm doing this to be healthy, and that's a process, and it's okay if there's a day I don't work out, or if there's a day, or if I just eat this food because I really want to taste it, I did that on holiday, on break. I definitely ate stuff I wouldn't normally eat just because I wanted to try it. It was new, and that's okay sometimes, Give yourself grace, because then you don't want to hate being healthy. You don't want to hate the process. You want to enjoy it. So I've learned that as well. With that, number 4, I would say, find your why for being healthy, period, or wanting to be healthy. The obvious is to be able to live well and stay alive and not die early, That's the obvious. But there could be, wanting to feel well physically, wanting to feel well mentally, because it does help mental health as well, and emotional health. I don't know, there's several reasons why someone might want to be healthy. So find your why and let that be your motivation, not other people and their bodies and what they look like, and compare yourself, or not I don't, because someone told you to work out and be healthy, because for me, that's not what's going to motivate me for the long haul. And in general, it helps me find my why to keep me on track and be confident in how I'm doing things. So like, it helps me be confident in how I eat, what I eat, and why I eat, because I know my why, and I know my motivation, and I know that for me, that's the best of what I think for myself. So it doesn't matter what you're saying. Okay, I'm confident in how I'm doing this process. Okay, in terms of like my slow growth or my fast growth. So yeah, that's what I would say for number 4. And I kind of bled into number 5 with the being confident. Just being confident along the journey in the process. Just because I've just seen how, if you're in the beginning of your journey and like you just cut out Cheetos yesterday, but you're still eating your Doritos, like this is a process, okay? And someone is like, you're eating Doritos? I thought you were on a diet. And you're like, you're right. And you cry about it or whatever. No, like, then you're not going to want to do the health journey. But if you're confident, like, yeah, I know I am on a diet, but it's a slow process. I cut out Cheetos yesterday. I'm so proud of myself. Now, next up is Doritos, but let me eat this bag today, okay? And then I'll cut it out tomorrow, you feel me? So, like, just be confident in it. Maybe keeping track of your progress, writing down how you've grown over the past month, what you've been able to cut out, how you've been able to make your food taste good and still be healthy, the exercises you've started to implement and how often. You can write that down, and maybe it'll motivate you, and maybe it'll encourage you to remember your progress. I don't know, have friends around you to encourage you and support you and how you're doing it. Explain to them how you're sitting on this health journey. I think that's just be confident in how you're doing things. Yeah. As you can see, I took notes, so I'm slowly looking down in my journal to remember what I'm about to say. So number 6, almost done. Number 6, I would say, when it comes to exercising and working out, this is something I've definitely learned, and even just recently. Exercising to doing exercises that make you feel good, that make your body feel good and get to the goal that you want to get at. So like for me, I got really into weightlifting early on, just because I don't know. That's what we did, okay? I like weightlifting. I know it's hard. You probably can't tell. Well, you can't even see me, but anyway. But yeah, I got into weightlifting early on, but then I got so obsessed with the weightlifting and wanting to get muscle and tone and like the shape and all that stuff that any other exercising, I was like, nah, I have to do weightlifting. I have to, because I want to get that shape. And it wasn't even about being healthy. It wasn't even about feeling good. It was just about getting in shape, which for me, it was superficial. It wasn't a good goal. It wasn't a good motivator. That was like a good God standing thing for myself, because it was all about me, my vanity, my pride. That's not everyone's story, but for me it was. And I learned that it's okay if I actually don't want to work, I don't want to lift weights, but this other exercise makes me feel better. This other exercise is more fun. I used to think that I had to go running all the time and just be a runner because I had to, the cardio, burn the fat, all that stuff. But then I found out for myself and my body, what makes me feel better is actually lifting weights, not running all the time. But I do also like to play sports. So like my boyfriend and I over vacation, over the holidays, we played catch. We played sports and stuff like that. And for him, that's what made working out fun, is playing sports. So not necessarily going to the gym and lifting those heavy weights, but going to play sports. And that's how we were able to stay active over the break. And it didn't feel like work. It just was fun. So find what exercises make you enjoy working out, make you enjoy exercising, and what actually makes you feel good physically and all that, emotionally. So that you can stay on track to be healthy. Yeah. And lastly, just thinking about not just physical health, but mental health and emotional health and all that, and spiritual health too. I'd say that's something I learned. Yeah, okay, that's something I'm learning now more and more, how to maintain those things. So I think I mentioned to you before that I'm in therapy and I see a counselor regularly to help with my mental health, because she knows things that I don't, or other people don't, because she literally went to school for it, you know, to help me out. So that helps having a support group, having my friends around to support me and encourage me, my boyfriend around to encourage me, my family. It's been a great support system. Just with my emotional health, praying often, talking to the Lord, and being super honest with Him, and not just holding things in, has helped tremendously. When I say all my emotional health, that has been the biggest help. It's just opening up fully, being honest to God, to my loved ones. And that's also part of the health journey, you know. It's a process, but learn what helps you as well, mentally, emotionally, fully, not like an empty, not just to cope, but to actually help you healthily. Those things have helped me. Okay, great. Thank you guys for checking out this video and being chill with me, because as you could see, I don't know, I'm trying to make my videos a little more chill because I'm trying not to overwork myself here, because I'd be doing too much. So thank you for allowing me to look down at my notes. Thank you for allowing me to ramble a little bit. And thank you for checking this out. I do hope these steps were helpful and that you gain something from it. Hopefully are motivated or encouraged. If you want me to talk more about my health journey, what specifically looks like, what meals I eat and stuff like that, comment below, let me know, and I'll try to make more videos on that. I don't know what I do for hair. I don't know. Just tell me what you want to see and I'll try to make it happen. You feel me? Also, if you do have questions for me that you would like me to answer on the Dear Alex or the Dear Coty, sorry, Alex is my middle name. I used to want to go by that, but I changed my mind. So on the Dear Coty podcast, if you do have questions that you want me to answer, please go to my website, faithismore.com, and ask them there. I do have an Instagram as well you can go to, at Naturally Coty. It's just harder for me to answer on those because I'm not on Instagram too much. But I do try to reply to messages. I'm really trying, really trying. I apologize for all those I haven't replied to yet, and I'm working on it. But yeah, thank you for checking out this video, and I hope to see y'all next time. Yeah, okay, bye.